What's going on, everybody? Do you want a hot and sweaty, almost summer day update on what we got going on in the shop? Well, stay tuned. Let's start outside. So the 83 square body is on the trailer. This is getting moved off-site because it's one of our projects. It's also at the back of the line right now, so we need the room in the shop for other projects. So this is going to an undisclosed location, which I am not telling you. It's going to the boss's house. He's got a big garage, so we're going to move a few of the vehicles over there. Then, back in the shop, the Roadster Shop C10 is off of its gunny wheels and on our temporary, these are kind of our mock-up wheels, because we needed the gunny wheels for something else. We'll show you that in a second. But this is going to our buddy Dustin. Final fit, finish, gapping the hood. It's getting new hood hinges because these ones are a little wiped out, even though they're brand new. Yay, March. But at least they covered them. They're sending us new stuff. So all this stuff's going to come, this truck's going to come back to us a completed. Actually, I don't know if this is coming back to us once it's primed or if it's going to our other buddy Jay, who's going to spray it and paint this whole thing. This is going to be basically a copycat of the 72 C10, how it's the green on top, white on bottom, only this is going to be I believe it's a Mercedes light blue pearl on top and white on bottom. It's going to be a sharp truck. It's going to be probably one step below McDreamy, because McDreamy was a slam spec chassis, so that thing sat on the ground. This one's going to be low, but not that low. Still going to be an awesome looking truck. It's going to have a ton of cool stuff on it. Let's go to the next thing. All right, next up is YouTube's most hated Barrett Jackson 69 GTO. You guys love to just rip on this thing and don't care. Gives me traffic. It's awesome. And the most important thing is, the only person's opinion that matters on what's going on this car is the guy who owns it, and he likes it, so it doesn't really matter if you hate it. Doesn't matter if it doesn't have a Pontiac engine anymore. Doesn't matter if you think the wheels suck. It's not your car. Build your own. So, this is getting close to being completed. As you can see, it's off the lift. It's sitting on its own now. I have pulled it in and out of the shop. I can't let it stay running because we're still waiting on our radiator to get here. The interior is back in it, except for our kick panels and sill plates, because you can't put the sill plates in until the kick panels are in. We've got, I forget who manufactures them, but everybody makes them. You get them on Amazon or whatever. The kick panels with 6.5-inch built-in speakers. We're using the Kicker KCs. Those come black, so we have matched them to the interior. I believe it's a carmine red is the color code, but did a whole ton of work. You guys saw I had the whole dash, literally the whole interior out of this thing, and rewired a whole bunch of it. Still got a bunch of cleanup to do. The gas pedal mount was atrocious. We've got a really nice one in there now. Everything else is in and wired and working, and HVAC is all in and working. I'll turn this on. We'll see if you guys can hear the AC clutch. There it is. All wired into the fans, or wired into my leads that are going to be going to the fans, because as I said, the radiator's not here, which includes the fan setup. But car's looking awesome. Everything is functional, including check engine light, high beam indicator, all that good stuff, brake indicator, but the brake, e-brake or parking brake assembly isn't in yet either, because the kick panel has to go in first. And we're waiting for a new glove box to get here, because this glove box, oh, it's back here, I can show you. The radio, this had the factory radio in it, and it was kind of just in there for appearances. Then they cut open the glove box and put in a modern single DIN radio, but we're not obviously putting this glove box back in because it's disgusting and stuff will fall behind there. So we've got a new glove box coming. Once that glove box gets here, I can mount in my OBD2 port up there, so it's nice and tight and up out of the way. If you get any check engine lights, you can scan it right there. And this is also what my BIM module from Dakota Digital plugs in, so I am taking all of my signals from the E38 ECM, and they are getting entered into my Dakota Digital cluster via CAN communication. So I don't have to run individual gauges to each and everything. Alrighty, as I said, we're still cleaning up the engine compartment. We had to go to a remote reservoir style outlet on our Holley frontrunner system just because the outlet and the reservoir that they have on your GM Type 2 pump was just too close to this power steering gearbox. The motor mounts that are in this car, they work good. They're a little lower than what your normal LS swap motor mounts are. If we had the ones that are about an inch taller, that wouldn't be an issue, but that's just going to run over here into our remote reservoir. Same exact setup we did on the 71 GTO. So waiting for the radiator to get here still. Got to clean up a whole bunch more of that wiring in the back and all these hoses and stuff, but she's getting there. And it also got some octane lighting, high and low beam LEDs, super nice and awesome and bright, and projector style. And in case you're wondering, no, my phone does not ever stop going off. We are extremely busy. The F100 has been flawless. I've been driving the crap out of this thing. It runs, drives, rides awesome. This thing is so much fun. The water pump is out of it right now. I started hearing a little bit of a noise coming from the water pump bearing, so better safe than sorry. Rip that thing right out of there. We are getting a new water pump. While that water pump is off, I cleaned up. There was some paint peeling and stuff. We didn't do a full detail on this engine, so there was some peeling paint on the timing cover and stuff, so I touched all that up. The crankshaft damper had a little bit of rust around it, so I touched all that up. So the engine's going to look a hell of a lot better when we put it back together. Unfortunately, nobody had the water pump in stock. This isn't the Mustang 5.0 3021 where the outlet is on the driver's side. This is the older Mustang, like 65 to 69, where the outlet is on the passenger side. So that's ordered, that's coming. Other than that, truck's been flawless. I have loved driving this thing. I got to tell you, we'll get to the chassis next, all of the chassis cars that we do, like the Roads to Shop stuff and all that crazy stuff, to drive something like this truck, which is a very simple, no frills build. It's got DJM front drop beams, flip kit in the rear, Beltec Nitro Street, they're street shocks, not their Nitro drop shocks. So they're a nice stiffer ride and just some decent wheels and tires, and this thing handles phenomenally. And these Mustang S550 seats are super comfortable, and everything, like the whole seating position, everything in this vehicle is just extremely comfortable. I love the high shifter. Just rolling through the frigging gears is fun as hell. It's like a Mack truck, but fast. And it's a really good armrest when you're driving too. But even the radio, this Highliner headliner system with these little fours, or were they 4.5s, whatever they are, it sounds good. So we got these up here and 6x9s behind the seats, and it sounds great. It doesn't have a amp and a sub or anything because we weren't going that route on it, but this is literally just the simplest of simple builds, and for it to handle and ride and be as fun as it is, it shows you don't need a $30,000-$40,000 chassis under it. But speaking of those, it's not one, but it's got some money in it now. Let's show you the latest F100 chassis we got going on. Also, I am still very slowly plugging away on our 71 Chevelle. Just time is of the essence right now. And I am also still plugging away on Jared's C10 build. Hopefully next week should be able to get first fire on this. Don't hold me to that, but we're super close. Everything from the firewall forward is wired, including fans, everything. Cooling system is sealed. Cooling system is done. AC system is done. Really the only lines I got left to do, transmission cooler. That's it. But that means all my stuff for my Terminator that's mounted under the seat, I just have to get that all wired and we're good to go, and I can actually get it to crank and fire up. But F100 chassis, I forget what year this one is. It's a 67 to 72 Ford truck, short bed. This is going to be another project. This one, so we have done this QA1. The fans are on, might get a little background noise. It's hot here. We have done this QA1 front clip before. It is a really nice, really well-handling front clip. We did this on Sunshine. If you have not seen Sunshine, it's a 1970 F100 we did. Look back in my videos, or if you just Google Barrett Jackson F100 Sunshine, it should pull up the listing for it still. And there was quite a few videos out there that other people took of it. That was a beautiful truck. Wish I had more time with that one. But this is going to be along the lines of that. So, complete QA1 front kit. And then on Sunshine, we did a Porter-built 4-link rear. This one, we went straight in with the QA1 in the rear as well. So this has got a 9-inch, 370 gear iron center section. The way QA1 does theirs, you get trailing arms, you get panhard bar and brace, and then you get basically, or not basically it is, you get a torque arm, just like your 3rd gen Camaro Firebirds. All of this still needs to be adjusted height and angle wise and everything. We can't really do any of that until the weight of the chassis, the build, the weight of the vehicle is on it. The plan for this is Gen 2 Coyote 6R80. We have a, I believe almost a full body, might be a full body. I know cab, fenders, hood, bed. I believe the cab has everything inside of it too, full dash gauges, seats, like it just literally take the cab off of the truck. From our buddy Brett. Brett bought our 1969 F100, who is named Tina. If you get a chance, look up 1969 F100 Tina. The thing's all over the place. He wins trophies with it constantly, and I believe it still holds the Barrett Jackson sales record for F100 4x4s. That sold for $187,000. Thank you, Brett. But all that body is coming off of one of his other trucks. And forgive me, Brett, I can't remember what that one's named, but that whole body, it's a mint condition body. And we're getting it because he wanted the underside of that truck to be painted instead of undercoated. Kinser Chassis is building it for him. And Kinser said it would probably be better to just start off fresh than to ice blast all this off of here and then try to smooth it out and paint it, yada yada. So we now have everything we need to put on top of this frame, which is going to be awesome. I'm really impressed. The best part is it's all mint condition paint and everything too, and it's red. And all the parts that are anodized for this QA1 setup are red. So pretty psyched about that. The only thing we are doing on this, instead of the typical black or red calipers you can get for Wilwood brakes, we are doing the silver. We are also doing, for the first time for us, the Wilwood brake setup in the rear that has their integrated electronic e-brake in it. We've done e-stop or just cables on a lot of trucks, but e-stop's the only electronic one we've done. But e-stop still uses cables. They just give you an electric actuator that actuates a cable that you can mount wherever. The Wilwood ones are just like your everyday, now modern e-brake calipers with the electric actuator motor on them. So that'll be cool. But that is about it. We still got some other stuff going on. This 82 Corvette came in. We are doing a full ride tech suspension on this as well. We've got most of the parts in over there. Sorry, everything's a mess. I told you we are super ridiculously busy right now, so I clean an hour or so at the end of the day, and it's almost enough to keep up with it. But this is getting QA1, and eventually we were talking to the customer about maybe putting it's a small block Chevy factory crossfire injection and all that good stuff. Crossfire that catches on fire. if you guys remember those back in the day. Talking about doing a complete crate 383 small block and getting rid of that crossfire. The 57 Vet is going to Sean to get the body all worked over and done. It's got a few little imperfections here and there. It needs some stuff lined up. Then it's coming back here. I'll be doing full brakes on it, I believe. So this is 4-wheel drum and manual. I think we're staying that way unless somebody buys it. We're selling this. We bought it for us, but we are selling it. It is a fuelie car, and all the fuel injection stuff is over there. Apparently with these cars, everybody knows the fuel injection stuff, the factory fuelie stuff runs like crap. So they swap it over to, this has a, I think it's an Edelbrock intake and carb on it, but they keep all that stuff because that's big money stuff. So unless I get told otherwise, we're just rebuilding the brake system as factory, because right now it's been sitting for like 10 years. My car got moved from over here to over there. I might drive it next year. I don't really care. If you don't know, I've got a 600 horse 09 CTSV. Few bolt-on parts, nothing crazy. Bunch of suspension parts and aero stuff. I don't care if it sits all year this year and I don't drive it until next year. I just don't have any time to drive it. I haven't moved it except for that today. We moved it over there. Still working on Chris's 55 pickup over there. We're getting, little by little, getting caught up on that as well, and getting the bed fully mounted is next, because this has a bed raise kit in the floor, because this is a very low chassis. It's a chop and block chassis. And then I'm not going to go look at all the cars that are outside right now, because we have a lot. There is a line of cars to come in and have work done. We are busy. We are stupid busy. I will show you this other F100 cab. This is leaving as well, going into storage. We have plans for this. Boss might be building this one to keep for himself on most likely another QA1 setup chassis, Gen 3. So he's been tossing around ideas with the 750 horse GT500 whole drivetrain, 10 speed, and the 750 horse blower engine and all that stuff, but we shall see. Plans change day to day. Don't hold me to it. But that is it for today. I have rambled on long enough, showing you all the cool stuff we've got going on right now. Monday, my water pump should be here for the F100. I can't wait to keep driving that. I'm going to put about 500 miles on that so that it's tried and true and tested and good for whoever buys it at Barrett-Jackson. By the way, I'm going to put the Barrett-Jackson link down in the description if you want to buy it. I have well, let's go see how many miles I have on it now. It's over 300, I think just over 300. So we shall take a look. We have 302 miles on it right now. You want to see? Okay, there it is. So, and they have been, besides just that little noise, that's kind of one of those things where I'm like, I'm going to take care of it now so it doesn't get worse, or somebody else doesn't have to take care of it. And in the grand scheme of things, this was a used engine, very low miles, used engine, like 3,000 miles or something. This was a, it's a Blueprint 302, 361 horse, 344 pounds of torque, I think. Whole dressed motor. But it came out of a friend of the boss's cars, and I think it sat for years before we put it into this truck. So bearing might have dried out, whatever. Stuff happens when stuff sits. So new water pump's going in it. Don't worry about it. Well, that's it. I really was hoping to be driving this Chevelle this summer. Still might. It's just going to be late summer. But this is going to be a head turner. I can't wait. And you know, I'm definitely not going to be upset about putting some test miles on Jared's truck either. This truck is also going to be sick. 700 horse LSA in a really awesome chassis is going to be fun in a C10. But for now, it's Friday, it's hot. I've got 4 dogs at home that want to go out. I am starving. I think I'm gonna get a large pizza and eat the whole thing myself. And I will talk to you guys later.